championships. We've got your action, so buckle up and let's get it on!
Once again, folks, welcome to the 2002 U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. I'm Jim White, and joined by the voice of AccuStats, Billy and Cardona, and to my right, a living legend, Hall of Famer, Mike Siegel. And first, Mike, I want to ask you, this final can be very unnerving. You've been in 3 in the past. What are these players faced with?
Well, I'm sure they're feeling a lot of butterflies. I've been here many times myself. And the way I analyze the game, I see Alex, who has played today earlier. Now, this really isn't his favorite arena. He's really not used to the lights, the camera. But he has won 2 matches today, so maybe the jitters, he'll get over it. And Ralf Souquet, on the other hand, I think he's more the favorite. He's used to this kind of environment, except he hasn't played at all today. So I think that may be a slight disadvantage. I see a very close match.
And lest we forget, folks, Alex has won 11 matches on the trot getting through to this final, so he's going to be tough, Mike.
Yeah, he's going to be very tough, and he's a young gun. I haven't really seen much of his play, but today I was very impressed with how he played, and I think Ralph's going to have his hands full.
Well, he controlled himself very, very well. Now, Billy, you know I'm going to put you on the spot with this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
215 players started out, and then there were 2. Who's the one?
Well, the one is very hard to pick right here. I mean, we got the consummate professional, Ralf Souquet, unflappable. If you notice, no matter what time it is, or what day it is, or where he is, he has the same expression on his face all the time. He's going to be very difficult to beat because he doesn't beat himself. Now, his opponent, Alex Pagulayan, didn't get the nickname the Lion because of his name. You know, he really is a lion.
Well, he is one of the young guns, no doubt about that. But
Yeah.
Certainly a contrast in styles as well, Bill.
Well, yeah, I do agree with that. Pagulayan, he'll attack the table. He's a little more aggressive than Souquet. Souquet is a very methodical, meticulous player. He's not going to give anything away. But don't sell this Pagulayan short by any means. Please don't do that.
Oh, I wouldn't do that, Billy. Trust me. You know, we Canadians, we stick together.
Yeah, I've noticed
How
that.
important is it for these players to get off the mark early and get a good start?
Well, you know, as well as anyone, you know, you're a player yourself. You must get out of the box quickly. Usually the player that gets out of the box the quickest goes on to win about 65% of matches played. So it's very important, particularly for the young 24-year-old Pagulayan.
Well, thanks, guys, and we're going to be having a little fun up in the commentary box later. Rest assured of that. But folks, lest we forget that last year's event actually took place during some very tragic events of September 11th, and we here in Chesapeake this year have devised our own special tribute to honor that tragic event. And I'd like to welcome, please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Sheriff's Pipe Band of Chesapeake. This year's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships are brought to you by the beautiful city of Chesapeake, Virginia. Q-Master Billiards of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Diamond Billiard Products, the official pool table of the U.S. Open. BilliardQ.com. The luxurious Holiday Inn in Chesapeake. AccuStats Video Productions, the only way to watch pool. Billiard Club Network. And Pickett Productions.
Assisting me with the racking duties is Miss Carrie Norman, and to bring you up to date, this is day number 7 of this year's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships. We started with 215 of the world's greatest players. We have two gentlemen left in the tournament. The format for the tournament is a single race to 13 games in the final match. We're playing all fouls in the cue ball. At this time, we'd like to introduce the 2 players. Our first gentleman is sponsored on tour by the Scratch Billiards. It's a chain of billiard rooms located throughout Canada. He is a former winner of the Sands Regency Hotel Tournament in Reno, Nevada, and he was runner-up at the World One Pocket Championships. Please welcome from Toronto, Canada, Alex Pagulayan. And his opponent is sponsored on tour by Josh Hughes and Simonis Cloth. He's a former WPA World 9-Ball Champion, former winner of the $50,000 Winner-Take-All Challenge of Champions. Most recently, he won stop number 4 on the IBC Tour in Nashville, Tennessee. He is the reigning U.S. Open Straight Pool Champion. Please welcome from Manching, Germany, Mr. Ralf Souquet.
Did you play position?
Okay, you guys can hit some balls. No lag. You want to practice?
Well, the all-important lag, and doesn't look like much of a difference, fellas. I think just Alex Pagulayan to kick things off. It's a race to 13. The winner will be crowned the 2002 U.S. Open 9-Ball Champion.
You know, Jim, I noticed in the last match Pagulayan played, he was breaking the balls extremely well. Such an important shot in the game of 9-ball. If I give an edge to Pagulayan in any area, it would be the breaking area, only because I saw the last time he played how well he was breaking the balls and how productive he was getting off the break.
Yes, he did have the measure of the break, didn't he? And certainly, Mike, you've been really keeping a close watch on that break shot.
Yes,
and,
I have.
It has been the key, hasn't it?
Yeah, the break, I'll tell you what, especially in these kind of tournaments, and Billy was saying earlier in the commentary, where the player has to get off to a good start. When you're playing pool in a match like this, that kind of sets the tone for what's going on. The break is a huge advantage. If one guy gets the break down and he gets more opportunities, obviously he has a better chance of winning games. So therefore, that is a huge advantage.
Well, the break, like having a big serve in tennis or
Yeah.
a long drive in golf, it can set the hole up, it can set the rack up.
Exactly right. And both players, you know, I'm really happy to be here because I think this is going to be a great match. I've watched some pool today throughout the day, and that Alex, again, is very impressive. I think he was a little nervous earlier. He kind of got over that. He won his first 2 matches. Ralf, on the other hand, has really not played at all today, but he is the best player.
Well, they're just out there practicing right now, as is the custom. These players just allow a little bit of practice time. And Mike, you actually had a chance to catch up with young Alex prior to this final.
I'm here with Alex Pagulayan. Alex, you find yourself in the finals of the U.S. Open. Before you came to the tournament, did you ever think that you would get to the finals?
Well, that's what I come here for. I'm expecting and hoping at the same time. I always wanted to be in the final of the U.S. Open, and this is my six events, 6 U.S. Open, and this is the farthest I got.
You also won the Molson Cup, a 10-ball championship in Canada,
Right,
along with the Canadian Championship as well in 2001. Is that right?
right.
And who did you defeat to win those events?
I defeat Alain Martel in the Molson Cup 10-ball, and in the Canadian Championship I defeat Eddie Galati. He was here in this tournament too.
And then you went to Reno to the San Regency Open, and you won that tournament.
Yeah, I won that tournament.
That must
too,
have been a big win for you, wasn't it?
Yes, actually, it is pretty big. That's my first major tournament, the Reno.
And so it's awfully good to feel that you can compete with all the professionals and do well.
Oh, definitely feels good, especially like when there's so many people watching you, and there's a kid, everybody's rooting for you, and there's nothing feel better than that. I mean, I think.
And you're relatively young, 24 years of age, pretty young, particularly to win the U.S. Open Championships.
I always listen to my friend. He said, it's never too young to win anything.
Hey, that's the way to feel, especially going into the finals here. Okay, you played on a tour, the Josh Tour, and they had 4 events.
Right,
You won them all.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I think that's the most, I had this feeling that I don't think if I ever gonna feel better than that. Win them all and win the 50-50 raffle draw.
You mean they had a raffle? Not only did you win every event, you won the raffle too?
Yeah, I won the raffle too.
Something spooky about that. I don't know, you know. Anyways, I've been watching you play all week long. Unfortunately, you lost your 3rd match. Then you had it was like a journey through the losers bracket, winning 11 straight matches, beating players like Rodney Morris, Danny Harriman, Ron Wiseman, Ron Aquino, Buddy Hall. Nick Menino was a tough match, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very tough match. Yeah.
Troy Frank.
Yeah, it was a tough match too. It was a hill too.
And then eventually Earl the Pearl Strickland.
Yeah.
And now you find yourself in the finals facing who I consider one of the best players in the world today, Ralf the Kaiser Souquet. Consummate pro, all business, expressionless all the time. Just sits in his chair, has the same face all the time. You can't play off of him like you did off of Strickland.
Right. I think that's the way you should be. It's like Ralf Souquet for you to win the tournament. You have to be solid, concentrated, you know. And first of all, you need to get lucky to win this tournament.
Have you ever played Souquet?
Yeah, I played him last year of the same place, the Master tournament last year, and I played him in a semifinal of the winner side. I put him to the loser side, and he came back and he knocked me out.
So you played him 3 times. I know it happened twice, 2 of those times. He won once and you won once. What
Right.
about the first time you played him? Who won then?
I played him 2 times. I played him twice.
Only
That's
twice.
it. I think that I know of.
So this will be the third time.
This will be the third time.
This will
right.
this will decide. This
Right.
match will decide who has the best of whom.
Well, I don't. It's not a matter of who's the best. I mean, the best, the better, or who. I think it's whoever plays good. I think it's 1-13. Anything could happen. Even the best pool player in the world, they could lose at 1-13.
Okay, I talked with you a little while ago when you said that you would much rather play a money match than
Right.
play in tournaments.
Right.
But you also told me that in the past couple years, you feel much more comfortable playing in tournaments. Is that right?
Right.
How do you really feel inside of yourself going into the finals of U.S. Open?
Well, like I said, I told you earlier, I feel like normal, like every day, like like the way I feel every day. But before, I don't know what to do, and finally, I bought this book, and they call a Mental Edge, and it helps me a lot about my mental game. I think that my only problem is my mental game. That's it.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, Alex. If you can deal with situations like the one you're going to be confronted with shortly, if you can deal with that type of a situation well, mentally, then I think that's 90% of the battle.
I think so too. Of course, you need to practice too. You need to practice your pull muscle for all some kind of tricky shot too. Like a tough shots. You need to practice those shots as well. And I think the most important is your mind.
Exactly. And if you can come out this evening at the U.S. Open Championship Finals and play your A game, then you've dealt with it well mentally. And if you do play your A game and he plays his A game, I look forward to a very close and interesting match.
I think I hope he plays his A game, and I hope I play my A game. That will be an exciting match.
Okay. Okay, that's about all I have to say. And if you have anything else to say, is there anything you want to say to anyone?
Anybody want to play some 9-ball? I'm just kidding.
Okay, Alex, thanks a lot for stopping
Okay,
in.
thank you, Billy.
Okay. Hey,
Thank
by
you
the
very
way,
much.
good luck in the finals.
Thank you.
Well, a very likable young man, certainly the Lion, Alex Pagulayan, and without a doubt, a real crowd favorite here in Chesapeake, as he's been all week. And, geez, Mike, you got better looking every time I looked at that. That looked suspiciously like Billy and Cardona doing that interview.
Something?
Yeah, wasn't that something? Well, actually, Mike, you did, in fact, get a chance earlier to catch up with the Kaiser, Ralf Souquet, and be very interested to know what Ralf had to say.
I'm sitting here with Ralf Souquet. Now, Ralf, you and I go back a pretty long way. I remember seeing you in Sweden, and I was with Nick Varner at that particular time. We were both in the high rankings. You played Nick Varner, and you were about, how old were you then exactly?
Well, I think I was about 17 or 18.
17 or 18. I remember saying to Nick Varner, now you had played a match. I believe Nick might have been the current world champion at that time. You played. You never changed your expression. I'm watching the match. Nick was way ahead, but you came back, and I remember saying something after the match to Nick. I said, you better watch out for that guy, and now here you are. I mean, I think it's great.
Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
So let me ask you this question now, because a lot of people I know from experience, people have interviewed myself. I feel funny kind of doing this. This is really not me. I'd rather be out there playing. But a lot of people ask me questions now. Let me ask you this. Did you do anything special? You do any kind of different preparation in any tournament, or this is what we call a major tournament? Have you made any special preparation for this event?
No, not really. I just, prepared as playing in any other tournament. I try to eat healthy, not try to eat right before the match. And
Have you been sleeping? Have you been sleeping well?
yeah, actually, usually, sometimes you don't sleep well. You wake up like 3-4 times a night. You have
Right.
to go to the bathroom,
Right.
But, this time I slept pretty good and didn't wake up as often as I used to. So, yeah, I think I'm well prepared.
Now, I'm looking at your road to the championship now. As I remember, someone has actually made me a note of this, because I don't really follow pool that much. You've been traveling around the world, and they have different tours. Now, in Europe, I know you're very successful. Over here, you've won many events. And from what I understand now, you have won at least the last 2 tournaments, and in this tournament, you're undefeated. Now, does that give you like I mean, that's what, 30 or so matches in a row without losing. I would say that has to kind of build up your confidence. Do you feel like you're in really great shape? I mean, does that give you an extra sense of confidence?
Well, I am pretty confident. I'm playing, good enough to be here in the championship finals. But losing not a match in, I don't know, 3 or 4 tournaments now gives you, that extra kick.
Right.
That you probably need to win another major event, especially here in the States. But a couple of weeks ago, I won a tournament in Nashville. That was the 4th stop of the IBC World Tour.
Right.
Where I went through a tough field and didn't lose a set. So, yeah, I try to keep it up, until the end of this event here.
And now I'm in this match now. How many times have you and Alex actually played each other? Because Alex, I watched him play. I'm more in tune to what he's been doing than your game, because you, luckily enough, are on the winner's side, so I haven't really seen. But today we watched a couple other matches with Alex in them.
Yep.
And have you guys competed before?
Yeah, I've played him, I think 2 or 3 times.
And what was the result of that?
Well, I just remember once, that was at the Masters, actually last year, also here in Chesapeake.
Right.
I beat him. I finished 3rd, he finished 4th in the tournament. But I just can't remember. Well, I think I beat him once as well in Reno.
Right.
So I might be like a 2-1 ahead or so.
Right. Well, it's still good. Let me ask you another question. Now, do you think, now you played, when was your last match last night? You played at what time?
Well, it started at like 11:30 or so, and it was over by 2 at night.
Okay, and Alex has played 2 matches today. Now, he's played under these conditions, which you are very familiar with. Do you think that gives him any kind of an advantage, a disadvantage? You haven't really hit a ball today. I mean, I know you've been practicing, but do you think he maybe is a little looser? Maybe you may have a little tougher time, or you think you just run right through him like you probably will?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but he might be in a little better conditions, or a little better feeling for him today, because he's played 2 matches already under these conditions. I had only the chance to practice on an outside table, where the conditions are completely different.
Right.
But, it's still, a few hours to go to showtime, and then it starts all over again.
Now, you actually won the United States Open straight pool tournament, which even myself have only won 1 time. I mean, that's a major, big tournament. And I know the people, in Europe, you dominate a lot. I know you have some other great players in Germany. Seems like a lot of those good players come from Germany. I know the Sweden and Italy and France, but I think Germany still has the better top players for the Europeans. And I think this would be a huge feather in your cap. I mean, winning the U.S. Open straight pool and the U.S. Open 9-ball. When did you win the U.S. Open straight pool? That was
in 2000.
2000, so that's not really too far away.
Yep.
I'm sure your sponsors would be very happy if you happen to win this event.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's one of my, biggest goals, to win the U.S. Open 9-ball after winning the U.S. Open straight pool 2 years ago. So it is on my list, and I hope I can scratch it out tonight.
Right. Well, you're playing very well, and I still, myself, as a little side thing, I think I have to make you a favorite, because you have been here, you have won major tournaments. Alex is a great player. He's a young player. He's like a young you from years ago, and he has won some events, but I think this spectacle, I've seen his play, is good. I mean, the crowd will be rooting for him, but I still feel you have an advantage, and I wish you good luck, and I hope you win.
All right. Thanks very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
You're rooting for Germany.
Well, Ralf Souquet certainly will be a feather in his cap. The U.S. Open, no bigger title. As we said earlier, a field of 215 players started out in search for $150,000 in total prize money, and the lion's share of that, $30,000 to the eventual winner. Well, guys, the time has come. Let's get it on here in Chesapeake. Alex Pagulayan to open accounts in the 2002 U.S. Open 9-ball championships.
Now, that was unusual. We'll start right off with that, because normally when the people have been breaking, either the one has been going in a side pocket, or it's been actually going in the corner off the point. Nothing has gone in, and Ralf has an opportunity here.
Okay, very quickly, Mike. The 1 ball's position here, the 2 here. It's really important for Ralf that he's at the table to end up somewhere right here with the cue ball by pocketing the 1, going one cushion, two cushions, and attaining this type of an angle on the 2 to stop nicely for the 3 in this pocket.
And that is perfect, if he can do that. Of course,
he can
now
do it.
this is the opening game, so naturally we're expecting, you know, the guys, I know myself, the guys are a little jittery. You know, I'm sure they'll perform, but normally a game or two, they kind of set the pace.
Well, they've had a little time to practice out there. That won't hurt, Mike, but I agree with you. I think the early nerves always play a major role in any final.
And Ralph is actually shooting this opposite-handed.
And it was important for him to stay on the left side of the 2 ball the way we're looking at the monitor, because if he fell on the other side, then he would be on the wrong side of the ball. That's why he hit it as softly as he did.
And he's actually perfect if he makes the 2. I mean, he should make the ball. He has the right angle where he can kind of stay right in that area, and he's got the 3, the red ball, in the opposite corner. So this rack is looking pretty good for Ralph.
And Souquet, a former world champion, you really wouldn't expect any careless mistakes from Ralph. He's very methodical in his approach, and again, the type of player that limits errors and capitalizes on mistakes.
Yeah, Ralph is a great player. You know, and something else, he is very used to this cloth. You know, ever since for 20, 25 years I've been going to Europe, they usually play on this faster cloth, and now they've adopted it to the United States. But Ralph actually grew up on this kind of equipment, so he does have an advantage there.
And we should quickly outline for the folks at home watching this, too, that these are the television balls that are in play here, as they've been for every televised match. You'll notice the pink 4 ball. You're not used to seeing that. That's normally a purple color, isn't it, guys?
Right.
And also the 7 ball here is going to be a light brown, and that's normally a wine color. And the reason for that is to be able to distinguish these colors on your TV sets at home.
Okay, very quickly, Jim. I think that it's also important for Ralph to attain an angle on the 5 around this area right here. I would like to see him either swing 1 cushion right here for position for the 6, only because the 7's on the same side of the table as the 6. Or he could possibly even go 2 cushions this way. But I kind of like the one rail angle here. He's opted to go the other way. Well,
Nice.
you know,
You're right, either way.
You know, I like going the other way because there's no traffic on that side of
Right.
the table. Now he, you know,
But you're the comeback kid now, so we
Okay.
know your experience in this game is overwhelming. Ralph, you know, I'll tell you something. Right now, we haven't even seen Alex really. Of course, he broke in to make a ball, but Ralph again's got the A game on. You can see he's in his face. He doesn't look nervous. His tempo looks perfect for the opening game, especially. So I think he's there. I mean, you can just tell by the way the balls are going in the pocket. Don't they make that nice crisp sound? And that's the reason why he hasn't lost a match in like 25 or 30 matches, which is hard to believe in this day and age with all the tough competition.
But he does look in the zone, Mike, and also very noticeable to see that his eyes never leave that playing surface.
Yeah.
This guy is focused.
Yeah, I've known Ralph for many, many years, and he has looked the same from 18 or 19 years ago when I first met him till today.
yeah, he's very heavy into the mental aspect of the game, and he does something to himself that puts him into this mode.
Right.
And if you would ask him what it is,
He'd never tell you
he'd
because
never
he
tell
doesn't
you.
want to give that secret away, Bill.
He would never tell you.
Well,
okay?
he's got a tester here now. He shot the 7. Now obviously there's only 2 balls on the table, but I can see from here the 8 ball is a lot thinner of a cut than he would have liked. He's going to have to roll the ball in very easy. I'm sure he doesn't like it. And this is, Billy, as you know, a kind of a shot that a player, even in stroke, can miss.
Very
because-
missable, and more so given that it's the first rack, Mike.
Exactly right. And he has to kind of hit it easy to hold the cue ball up for the 9.
Easy. That's right. So he wants the cue balls to end up in this position right here. And it's very easy for the cue balls to go on beyond that position and end up way over there.
And look how perfect he hit that ball. Isn't that amazing? Huh? Boy, he hit that shot well.
He hit it softly and accurately. And, you know, he's entitled to win game number 1 because he played very well in the first rack.
The 9 deposited, and Ralf Souquet takes the first rack here in this race to 13. He leads Alex Pagulayan 1-0.
Yeah, he showed everyone he came prepared to play. Very relaxed, unflappable, and we all know him as that type of a player. You know, he's the consummate professional. He doesn't allow anything to bother him. He's not going to let anything disturb him. He's not going to beat himself.
No, and that is sometimes the key to success, isn't it?
Yes.
You don't beat yourself. The toughest guy is always that little man inside. You keep him under control, and the path to victory can be a lot smoother.
If only he can keep his eyes away from that scorecard girl there.
Yeah,
that's kind of tough to do sometimes.
That may be a key in this match.
Well, I didn't say that their concentration would be tested.
Okay, here we go.
Well, Ralph will be all set now. Rack number 2, just gathering his concentration. He's got a, much like a golfer approaching a putt, he's got a routine that he goes through. Winding it up now. Souquet to break, leading 1-0.
And a few people out there think that they're breaking the ball softly. You're right. And on this particular table, it has been proven best that you break the balls around the speed they've been breaking them with, because players who have been breaking the balls around 12 to 13 miles per hour have been more productive. Now, what you see is really what's happening.
You know, it's amazing that neither one has made a ball, because I think we've been watching on the same table. I've seen 2 or 3 matches on this table, and normally balls are going in on the break. The corner ball seems like goes in. The one on the side many times, and that's 2 breaks. Nothing has gone in, so we may have to see a change in the speed of the break, possibly.
Well, Alex was very successful in breaking against Strickland, and that was one of the keys to his victory.
And the same with the earlier match also with Rodney Morse.
You notice he's wearing that visor again. The lights, the TV lighting here actually bothered him. He's got a pretty short haircut and not much in the way of eyebrows to cover those eyes. And when he was getting down, he felt like the lighting was very distracting, a little too bright.
Okay, he's laid rather awkwardly on the 2, Jim. Mike, he's straight in on the 2. Yeah, he can follow the cue ball down here. Should he stop around right here and maybe cut the 3 in, or should he continue on and try to follow, playing the position for the 3 on the short end, playing it in position for the other pocket?
I think he's actually looking. He might possibly actually be looking at the side pocket, because the way the shot looks to me, he could do one of those 2, or he could also hit it extremely hard, try and bounce off the same rail. Therefore, the jar might come into effect. He's liable to miss the 2. He's actually looking for the side pocket. If he can roll the 2 in the side, he probably has an easy run out with the 3, or at least easy position. And I believe he's playing it in the corner, though. He's going to follow the cue ball up.
Side pockets are so small. He's going to try to follow it up, playing the short side, position for the 3 on the other side of the
actually,
table.
he got pretty well on that shot. The 4 is right there. Is that correct?
That's the 4, the pink 4, Mike, but he's still got a little work to do with this rack. And this is the first chance we've seen Alex at the table where he's facing makeable balls.
Now, the key ball in this rack, Jim, is the 4 to the 5. This is the key ball right here. You would like to attain an angle on the 5 about right here, because if you notice, the 6 is right here. And considering where he's left himself, it's going to be awfully difficult for him to get to that position.
And this shot is missable. I mean, if he makes this, it would be a great shot, but this is not an easy shot. And the position, he's got to kind of cut it in the corner. The angle's a little bit more severe than he would like. But we'll see what happens. These are the tester shots, especially in the beginning. This is actually his opening shots. He hit it perfect.
And he applied a nice, solid stroke on that shot as well.
Yeah, he looked pretty good on that shot. I think he's very relaxed, because his first couple of rounds today, he was a little jittery. He won. He beat 2 great players. And I think his nerves may be a little more settled, and therefore you're going to see the result, a much better player.
Tricky shot coming up here, gentlemen. Very tricky shot.
And that looks pretty good.
He got the maximum from his effort there, Jim.
Yeah.
Couldn't have controlled that cue ball any better than that.
And this game is the cue ball control. A lot of people think the shots, it's like that funny saying, a guy runs 100 balls and every shot was easy. Well, that's actually the idea. In a 9-ball, when the shots look this easy, you know a guy's playing great. Because sometimes the shots are much longer than you would like.
All right. I tell you, from the first 2 games, I think both of these players have come prepared to play. They both look really smooth out there on the table.
It was important for Pagulayan to respond to Souquet's finish, and he looks like doing just that. Got the long draw shot on this 8.
Maybe someone forgot to tell him that he's in the finals of U.S. Open on pay-per-view and live of maybe, hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, come on,
Ice water running through his veins, Billy.
He looks good. Comes off the point a little. That's always nice. Instead of froze on the rail, that made a difference.
That always helps.
Nine deposited, and the Lion roars. Alex Pagulayan 1-1 with Ralf Souquet, and he will break in rack number 3.
And that's so true, Jim. The Lion does roar, and he has roared now for 11 consecutive matches. Almost what you consider a journey from the loser side of this tournament.
Yeah, what a path to this final. Unbelievable. He sits waiting, the ball's being racked, and there you go, confirmation. Rack number 3 on its way. This is it. This is the final. This is what they all came to see. A packed house here at the Conference Center in Chesapeake, Virginia. From the rafters, they're hanging to watch this match.
Balls pushed up there with the Sardo take rack, huh, Jim?
Yes, a perfect rack each and every time, Billy.
I wonder what's going to happen with the speed here.
Alex Pagulayan all set to break now. Rack number 3. Score deadlocked 1-1, a softer break, and he's got the wing ball.
Yeah, that's the speed that he wants to hit the break with. He pocketed, I think, 2 balls on the break, and very quickly a tester into 1, Mike. He's laying almost.
Yeah, he's got a pretty thin cut shot on the 1, but the 2 is actually laying in a good position. You see the 2, the blue ball's kind of out in the center of the table near the side pocket. He can cut the 1 in. He's either going to hit it pretty hard, go back and forth, or softly, and probably wind up playing the 2 on the side. So he just has to concentrate on making this. And he hit that absolutely perfect.
Well, not only did he hit it perfect, but also look at the speed of the 2 ball. It looks like that he ended up in an ideal position on the table to pocket the 2, and just naturally roll down here for position for the 3. And you know, the 3 is one of the key balls in the rack.
That was a great shot right there. I mean, you couldn't hit that any better. Well, he's still looking, you know, taking his time. Excuse me, Jim, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Mike, he's diminutive in stature, but he'll be growing in confidence.
And the 2 to the 3 to the 4 to the 6 is where all the work is in this rack. If he's able to deal with those first 4 balls, 2, 3, 4, and 6, the remainder of the rack should play rather routinely.
Boy, that was a little different than I thought he would play that. He has a pretty severe angle there on that 3 ball.
Obviously concerned with clearing that 8, but
he
boy,
came up
cleared
a little
it by
higher.
a long ways, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did, and this is going to be a little tricky shot. Billy, what do you think's going to happen here?
Well, this is where he needs to be for the 6, okay? In order to get there for the 6, he would like to get somewhere in this area here for the 4. How is he going to get there? I don't know.
He might have to go around the table. I'm not even sure what's going to happen here. And that's exactly what he's done. 2, 3 rails.
Watch the side pocket.
No, I think he's okay, but...
He's okay in terms of being able to pocket the 4, but coming up with a shot on the 6 may be the problem here.
And he's got an extremely difficult shot on the 4 ball. I think this is tough to cue. He's got a bad angle, and just pocketing the 4, I think, is going to be a tough shot.
I like this shot here with the cue ball. It's not really a simple shot by any means, but it's very, very makeable, and I do believe he can control the cue ball and execute this particular type of a shot.
No, that was a very difficult shot. I think froze on the rail, the angle. I think he's a little unlucky he actually froze on the rail. And that's the kind of a shot, to be honest with you, I don't think anybody had to make that ball. That was pretty tough.
And into a blind pocket, Mike, as well. He was looking away from the pocket. That didn't make the shot any easier either.
I wouldn't let that, you know, bother me at all, because that's the kind of a shot. If he's off the rail just a 1/4 of an inch, the shot is much easier.
Yeah, anybody can miss that shot.
Right.
Take notice of the position of the 7. That precludes him from going forward. So he's going to probably have to try to pull it in between the 7 and the 9 ball, playing position for the 6, either in the side or up the far corner.
And let's see what Ralf does.
This will be the shot, though, that really will be the key to victory or defeat in this one. This 4 ball, a good positional shot, and it's going to be smooth sailing for Souquet.
Difficult shot. That's why he's come off of it twice now.
Yeah, I think the shot, the angle to me looks like it lays well, because, of course, from here it's tougher to see. And I don't think he's hit that as well as he would like.
No,
not
he
at
didn't.
all.
No, he didn't.
Not at all.
A lot of work in front of Souquet here, Jim.
I'll give you a tip, fellas. I think he'd like to have it over again.
Boy, that was a little uncharacteristic. I thought, to me, it looked like Billy looked like he kind of draw the ball like in between the 6 and kind of slide to the rail instead
Looked like he let go of the cue too soon.
Yeah, something.
Whatever he did, I'm sure at this point he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But he's such a resilient player, and
terrific shot maker.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him do well from this position, even though it's very, very difficult.
Yeah, Earl, on the other hand, let's look at a guy like Earl. You know, he'd be looking somewhere. Who knows? Ralf has not changed his expression like the ball's hanging. So that's something that's very tough to play against a guy that feels like that.
Also, Earl would have played the shot 5 minutes ago.
You're true. Look at this great shot.
That's a
and I think it's
beautiful
perfect.
shot. That's talking about a top shelf shot.
And look at the position.
My.
Huh? How do you like that
Listen to the
shot?
applause. Whew. That
Boy.
says it all here.
There was a great shot.
Comeback shot from Souquet, and talk about getting out of jail and retrieving the situation.
Exactly. How you like me now?
Well, this is why he's won so many matches. You see how well the guy's playing. I mean, it's easy to run out if you're playing well when the balls lay easy, but in situations like that, when you keep coming with the runouts, that's the reason why he's been winning so much.
Imperturbable. I mean, doesn't allow anything to bother him. And like Mike mentioned, if Strickland was in that situation, it might have been a different result.
Exactly
but
right.
this guy here is cool.
Yeah.
He's a cool cat.
This 9 for a 2-1 advantage. It's in the bank now. Ralf the Kaiser Souquet, 2-1 in front of Alex Pagulayan, and he'll be breaking in rack number 4. Well, there's been a host of champions all week gracing this grounds here, the conference center. And I can tell you that a good friend of mine and a former Moscone Cup team member down on the grounds enjoying this, Kim Davenport. Kim, I'll bet you're enjoying this match. Probably wishing you were out there.
Well, all week, and you have to play exceptionally great for a lot of matches here to get in the finals. So yes, I do wish I was in there, but we're having quite a finals here so far.
Well, and any predictions? Can I get you to get off that fence now and slide your favoritism one way?
I really hate to predict who's going to win or lose this match. They're both great players. Will the pressure of the U.S. Open have the final say-so on the winner? Who knows? I don't think so. I think they're both ready. They've been playing a long time. Looking for a great match within 4-game spread either way.
Well, Kim, I know you've got a terrific seat there, and great to see you down here. And you sit down, relax, and enjoy yourself.
Thank you very much.
Kim
Ralf
Davenport.
Souquet, yeah, he's a great player, Kim. Souquet breaks off now, rack number 4, 2-1 in front.
Made 2 balls on the break.
Very quickly, the 2 balls here, the 3 ball will be the next ball. He'll obviously pocket the 2, float down here for the 3, and the 4 is pocketable in the side pocket. I like to see him get an angle off the 3 to float over here for the 4 on the side, Mike.
You did that well if you can do that much. But I think you are right. I think the 2, I mean, realistically, he's got a great shot on the 2. It's very easy. The 3 ball is right there. The 4, there's numerous things you can do. It's kind of difficult to see from here, but he has a good shot on the, the 1 happened to go on the side, which is predicted, and he's got a great shot on the 2. Well, he deserves this because, well, look what happened. I mean, he made a great run out. Came with that 6 ball. That's a champions type shot.
Strong shot, that one. And again, Ralf, not the sort of player to make mistakes.
Yeah, he's got a great game, and I've known Ralf. He's a great guy too. On top of that, he's a very funny guy. I've known him for many years, and he's one of those guys that's really well liked on the pro tour.
It looks like he's attained a straight and angle on the 3, and if that's what he has, he'll just stop the ball there for position for the 4.
Yeah, I think the 4 probably clears in the side pocket, and it must because that's where he is. So he's looking pretty good here, Billy.
I think he's looking better than pretty good. What do you think, Jim?
I think I'd like to have a ticket on 3-1.
I tell you. And he's wearing black, too. Now, what player? Was Gary Player on the Pro Golf Tour that wore
Player,
black because he felt it made him stronger?
Right.
Well, I've seen a lot of Ralf Souquet playing in Europe, obviously, and he's been a European Moscone Cup team member that Kim Davenport has had to confront many occasion. And Ralf is just the kind of player you always like to have your money on because you feel like you're getting a good run for your money, and you can never ask any more than that.
And that's very well put, Jim. I mean, if I had to put my money on any player, it would be a Ralf Souquet. Every time he comes to the post, you know he's going to put forth his best effort.
He got a little careless on this particular shot. I think he's got a little bit more angle than he would like when he played the 4 on the side. I think he could have got better on this 5 ball. So he has a little bit of work left. He's got a little work. He's going to have to slide to the side rail. There you go. Again, because he did that, now he may have a little funny situation from the 6 to the 8.
No reason to do anything with the cue ball. He'll just probably draw back a foot or so, playing position for the 8 in the lower left-hand corner. Deal with it from that position.
Right. Yeah, he looks pretty confident. You can tell by the way You know, a lot of times he's kind of shooting over his thumb. I don't know if you've noticed that or not. A lot of times, you know, when you're really what we call dabbing and are playing well, a lot of times it's the over-the-thumb stroke, you know.
Thumbs. Very interesting that you'd bring out thumbs, Mike. I noticed that, Billy, you're laughing already.
I was waiting for
You
this.
should never have told me this one. My colleague, Mike Siegel, folks, just to let you know, he wrote these 2 finalists' names on his thumb so he wouldn't forget who was out there. That's beautiful. I couldn't let you live that one down.
That's a trade secret of people that are commentating now. You're not supposed to tell the public that.
It was a trade secret.
Well, Ralf Souquet eyeing up this 9 for a 2-game cushion, and there it is. Ralf Souquet 3-1 now in front of Alex Pagulayan. He'll be breaking in rack number 5, but Souquet looking rock solid in this U.S. Open final.
Rock solid, to say the least. Hasn't made one mistake in any area of the game.
Yeah, both players, and the other player also is, you know, he hasn't made any dramatic mistakes, with the exception of nothing going on the break. They both really, he had that one unfortunate shot, but right now they both look like they're playing well.
Yeah, Pagulayan goes on to lose this match. And when he goes home, some of the people probably say to him, "What did you do wrong?" He's going to say, "I didn't make a ball in the break."
Yeah, I mean, you know, I always like playing. I mean, to be honest with you, if I played and played well and lost, I felt much better than if I played bad and lost. You know, everybody, all champion players feel similar to that.
Well, Ralf Souquet looking like he's given a very good account of himself, certainly if early indications prove anything. He's all set to break off now in rack number 5, 3-1 in front of Alex Pagulayan. Got the wing ball.
Boy, he made that.
Looks like he's finished on the 1.
Oh, baby.
And you have to like the speed that he's breaking the balls with. Look at the position on the 1. Absolutely perfect in terms of not only pocketing the 1, but also attaining a nice shot for the 2 ball, which is right here.
These are ominous signs right now for the young Canadian, 24 years of age, and he's spending a little time in his chair.
This is something we really did not see much of in the earlier matches, where someone, what we call stringing racks together. Correct? I mean, the guys were either making balls once in a while but not getting shots. Ralf has kind of got a little roll going here. He's made balls. He's getting opportunities. And that even builds up a lot more confidence, you know, as well as the guys are playing. When you get a lot of opportunities, your game really becomes much more fluid. You feel a lot more confident.
Okay, why there was so much indecision out there on the 1 is because the lie of the 4, this ball right here. This is the 4 ball here. The 7 blocks the pocket. The 9 blocks the pocket. So therefore, he has to end up somewhere over here or over here for position. How is he going to get there, Mike, from where he's left himself?
It looks like what he's going to do is he has the angle to follow off the rail, the bottom rail as we're seeing it here. Probably slide across, either hope he doesn't hit the 9. I believe he's not going to try and want to hit the 9. He's hitting the rail, and he's just going to go just under the 9, and he is actually pretty good.
Not bad. He actually threaded the needle by going in between the 5 and the 9. Either hit it too softly or not hard enough.
Exactly right, exactly right. And I'm saying the thing is, though, he can hit the ball, and he's not exactly straight in, but his shot is still pretty good. He can actually play the 4 up in the corner. The 5 is, he either can hit the 9 or slide by the 9 and play the 5.
Playing the 4 in the corner, sliding over here for position on the 5, probably better off sliding over here.
Right.
But that's about the area on the table where he'll want to end up.
And he's missed it.
No,
he did not miss it.
Because of the pocket speed that he hit the shot with. Okay, he's intelligent enough of a player to realize that if he hits it with a certain speed, he will then widen the pocket. That's what he's done, and that's why he got rewarded with the ball.
But no change in facial expression whatsoever.
Exactly.
And that one did wipe its feet before it left the playing surface.
Yes, it did a couple times.
And yeah, more than that. He still has a little problem here. I mean, it's not automatic because the cue ball's near the rail. He can't cue it as well as he would like. The 9 may come into play, or the 8. So let's see. And he's threaded the needle, as we would call it. He didn't want to hit it too hard to go behind the 8, but yet he didn't want to hit the 9 on the way up. So he actually has settled for a shot, what we call a longer straight-in shot. But if he makes it, he figures to win the game.
Make no mistake about it. What he's doing is not easy, even though it appears that it is.
Yeah, of course.
By no means is it easy. Thread the needle, you know, making tough shots. It's not easy.
Right. He's executing everything perfectly.
Mike, he is. And you know what else he's doing? He's keeping the game simple. He's
Right.
limiting the movement of the cue ball.
Right.
He doesn't mind leaving himself distance. Again, a sign of a confident pool player.
Right, and that's, you know, the way I always looked at it. I didn't care really how long I was, so long as I had the correct angle. And I think that is really the correct way to play the game.
That's an excellent point you brought up there, Jim. Even though he's sacrificing distance, okay, he can make the tough shot because he knows he's prepared in terms of execution. Keeping the right angle is so important. Make the game play simple. That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, and if you can get closer to the ball, that's just a plus, you know. But I think having to make the ball, the object ball, and not making the cue ball do something different than it really wants to do is really the key to this game. I mean, I give lessons to people here and there, and they ask me, how do you play position? I go, well, get the right angle and hit it. I mean, it's basically, it's kind of, you know, along those lines.
Yeah, I like to take a lesson off of you. Get the right angle and hit it. Okay, boss, how about this?
Well, he's got to go the wrong side of this 8, so it's up and down the table and back for the 9 here. But this shouldn't pose any problems for Ralf.
Just routine for Souquet, the Kaiser.
And he has actually wound up pretty well on this ball. Well, the speed, again, he is really used to these, you know, these kind of conditions. He's grew up with this, and some of the American players struggle a little bit with the speed, but he is, you know, very attuned to this.
Well, the 9 down again, a familiar sight. Ralf Souquet now 4-1 in front of Alex Pagulayan and completely dictating the pace here at the Chesapeake Conference Center. And well, the break is really the key to success. And you know something?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that breaks the balls any better than Shannon the Cannon Dalton. And I understand we've got him standing by. Shannon, I hope you're enjoying yourself down there.
It's been a great event so far. I mean, I don't see what else you could ask for. It looks like very exciting finals, everything you could ask for so far.
Just kind of wishing that you were probably out there playing, as I know all the players are.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask Shannon one quick question. This is Mike. When are you going to come down to Florida and bass fish with me? That's what's on my mind.
I've got some tournaments scheduled there, Mike. In about a month, I'll be down for sure.
And make sure, because we catch big ones. Don't worry.
I know.
And Shannon, now you've been putting in lots of practice. You got some tournaments in your schedule coming up?
Yes, I mean, as far as my tournaments or as far as tournaments to play in?
Well, either. You've got some tournaments of your own that you're running?
Yes, I've got a full schedule already booked till March now already.
No better time to plug them than now, Shannon.
Correct. I mean, I guess it'd be the best time you could pick, but as far as tournaments go, I guess that I'm going to play in the UPA Championship and definitely the Louisville tournament coming up in January and Brady's tournament back here in January also.
Well, you know something, Shannon, it's fantastic that a lot of you guys stick around and support your players and watch these matches. It shows everybody the dedication that all you top professionals have, and I personally want to thank you for being here this evening and enjoying this match with us.
Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it very much.
Well, Shannon Dalton, one of the true pros, guys, and I can tell you one thing. When the table needs a good break, there's no one better to call on than the Cannon. Ralf Souquet now all set. He's 4-1 in front. He'll be breaking off in rack number 6, looking to increase that lead even further. But he needs a ball off the break.
And he's got 2 balls, the 1 on the side, the 3 in the corner. The 2 ball will be the ball he'll be shooting next out. The 7 rolls a little bit further, he won't be able to pocket it. So very quickly, the 2 ball, and I do believe the next ball will be the 4 ball, which is positioned right here. The 2 in the corner, 2 cushions over here for the 4 in this corner. The rest of the rack, maybe with the exception of the 8, should play rather routinely, Mike.
Yeah, he's, again, he has a great opportunity. He's got a nice angle on the 2. He just has to concentrate on the speed. His angle is absolutely perfect to go 2 cushions. He just has to concentrate on the speed to normally try and come out in the center of the table. I think that's the smartest play he can do. And that's what he's looking at. And again, he has a great opportunity. I mean, it's pretty nice to see when guys string racks together, they get the opportunities, they make balls and get shots.
Well, when you make 2 balls on the break, it just seems like you have more of an opportunity because there's less balls on the table, less traffic, and usually easier, more simple patterns.
And he's actually hit this shot perfectly. The 4 Well, the only thing he really has to be concerned about is the 6 ball, the green ball. It looks like to me, Billy, you can kind of maybe give a demonstration.
Well,
there.
you know,
What should happen?
this is the 6 ball here. I look for him to pocket the 4 and then go this way with the cue ball, either ending up over here or even possibly over here.
Right. Oh, take the 6 totally out of play.
Yeah,
right.
don't even fool with the 6 here.
Right.
There's no reason to do that.
Right.
But he may go 2 rails around the 6, playing for the 5 in the side.
Yeah, the angle is. Yeah, the angle. I'm sorry, the angle is a little tricky to see. He may go under the 6, which is exactly what he did.
Now watch out.
Look at this. Look how well he is playing.
No,
Huh?
I mean, that's really remarkable how well he's actually playing and also weighing up situations.
Right.
As Ralph is going through the motions here, I'm thinking back, what exactly did Alex do wrong?
Nothing.
He didn't make a ball on the break, Jim.
I'm going back to that one real tough shot that anybody in the world could have missed. Other than that, he's sitting in the chair. I mean, you got to remember, people don't realize watching this that Alex doesn't have to shoot again. I mean, that is not out of the realm of possibility. I'm sure that Ralf Souquet has run 10 racks plus, and like most of the top players, so you know, that's why there's so much pressure in this sport. You never know when you're going to get an opportunity.
And also, Mike, you and I talked a couple days ago about how mentally tough you have to be when you prepare yourself, because that's just how difficult it can be. You don't have to make a mistake, and all of a sudden you find yourself glued to a chair.
Yeah, I mean, I analyze this like golf. I mean, there's guys out there shooting, you know, a guy could shoot, let's say, 65, never have a chance to win, and that's what happens in pool. You could play perfect and lose. I mean, and that's the tough part about this sport.
Well, Ralph is really making this look a lot easier than it is, folks, I promise you.
Textbook.
That's for sure. Always on the right side of the ball as he is now.
Yeah.
Notice after pocketing the 7, the cue ball will then, and this is the optimum word, naturally go toward the 8.
Right. And see, a lot of people at home would say, well, I could have played the 6 and got kind of straight on the 7 for like an easier shot that you think you can't miss. But ideally, this is the correct position. Make the 7, the cue ball just naturally floats to our left and should lay right on the side rail, and that's exactly what he's done. And it looks effortless. You know, when you see a good player, when he gets in line, they go, boy, that looks easy, until you try it at home.
Right. But it's so difficult to know where the right angle is and to get there with consistency.
Right.
And you're watching a man who's been doing it since the match began.
Yeah, well, he's very impressive. Like I said, he's won about 25 to 30 matches in a row without a loss. I would say that's pretty impressive.
That speaks volumes in itself, especially against the type of fields that he's been facing, Mike.
Yeah, these fields are very difficult. You got 200 guys in a tournament. There's a lot of guys that can beat you, and you know, just actually to me, the idea is just getting to the last 2 or 3 matches is a trick in itself. I mean, from that point on, who knows what's going to happen?
Well, Ralph looking at this 9 as he has so often, pockets it, and with it, securing a 5-1 lead now over Alex Pagulayan.
We're definitely seeing 9 ball at its finest right now, Jim. All balls are going into the center of the pocket with the exception of the balls where he has to cheat the pocket, if you will, in order to gain a favorable angle for his next ball.
Well, Ralph just isn't doing anything wrong, but there's the results that have seen him through to this final. And remember, he is unbeaten to this stage, winner of the A side. But look at those. He's only really had that one 11-9 against Strickland. Well, there's an 11-8 against Ramil Gallego, too, another great player.
Another real fine player from the Philippines.
And how about an 11 goose egg there? Is that what I'm seeing? 11-0 he beat somebody. That's pretty unusual to beat somebody 11-0.
Right.
But he really has been in terrific form all week. And why should we be surprised we see him here? But look at Alex. We talked earlier, and when we were out there presenting this program, 11 in a row to this stage after that loss. And the loss to Shannon Dalton there, 11-9. And then count them up, folks, 11 in a row. But
and those are all pretty tough matches.
Look at that win over Earl Strickland, though.
How about Danny Harriman, 11-1?
That's amazing there, Harriman, 11-1.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and he was tested a few times. You can see against Troy Frank just winning on the hill, and also Ronnie Elcano. So, and Menino, as you talked about earlier. I mean, Alex is he's had his share of adversity in this final or leading up to this final. But man, oh man, what a performance to find himself on center stage here.
And he will be heard of again before this match is over.
Right. Well, you know, even still, you know, like he was saying before in his interview, you have to play well and get a little fortunate. You know, when those close matches come up, those 10-10s, it's always a feather in your cap when you happen to, you know, it could be either way. And he won a couple of those, and that's put him in the spot where he is today.
Well, the Kaiser holding court, and right now all set to break off in rack number 7. He's already 5-1 in front and in cruise control here. It's the U.S. Open final, a race to 13 games.
And look at this. Ooh.
Okay, very quickly, the eight ball now is in front of the pocket, which precludes the 1 from being pocketed in that pocket.
Yeah.
You know, so Pagulayan steps to the table without a shot, but he does have his safety.
That's just how the game goes, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I
You
think
know, you're in your chair for a long time. You come to the table. You come to the table and
Zero.
nothing there.
yeah, I mean, the guys would say, you know, they go, okay, you know, win the game. And you go, well, I don't have a shot. How can I win the game from this position?
I don't know from the angle that he's left that he can do this. I'm going to draw something quickly, see if it's possible. Maybe someone could comment on it. We have some stats that we're going to be putting up. Look at
Just
Souquet.
have a look at Ralf Souquet.
Shooting 1,000 on a TP.
Only
perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
Perf.
And meanwhile, Alex Pagulayan, 887.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe he's 5-1 behind.
Watch it, watch it. Whoa.
Okay, now Pagulayan has opted to push down deeply into that pocket, and I do believe he's going to have to shoot from his position. Souquet's taking a look at it. I don't see anything I would like, so therefore he'll probably have to shoot or give it back to Pagulayan.
Well, the push out, just for those at home may not understand it, that is a perfectly legal shot only following the break. It's a bit of a gambling shot, really, because with Alex pushing out, Ralf Souquet has the option of either accepting this shot, shooting it, or putting Alex Pagulayan back in.
Exactly right.
So this is the only time in a game that a player can push. That is the shot after the break. So therefore, that's the only time in the game a player can push. The player that pushes is usually at a disadvantage. That gives the incoming player an option. Anytime you give away options, you're at a disadvantage.
Right. And in this position, really, Alex kind of has his hands full here.
Yeah, he's giving it back to him. He's put Alex back in, so Alex has to take this shot.
I guess Ralph didn't like that situation.
I don't like it, and I'm in the commentary.
You know, this wouldn't be too bad. Crossing the 1, sending the cue ball over here, possibly on back of the 8. Maybe he likes that shot.
I don't know if that shot, well, I guess it did lay pretty well. I didn't see that angle either.
Hey.
I'm sure Ralf Souquet saw that but didn't like it. But he hit that shot absolutely perfect. Because if he mishits the 1 in any way, he could have scratched, he could hit the 1 bad. And that's why Ralph gave the shot up, but obviously that wasn't the right thing to do.
Look at the gap of colors that he took the 1 through. How precise was that?
When I took another look at the situation, I was surprised to see that Ralph did pass the shot back to Alex because that shot was available.
Right.
And when you consider how well his execution is, you know, he's been hitting everything so accurately, you would have thought that perhaps he should have taken the shot.
Well, there's another way to look at it, just like Irving Crane, a great player that I learned a lot from. And you know what he told me? He said, make him earn it. So obviously, maybe Ralph thought, well, you know, maybe the guy hasn't hit a ball in a while. Maybe he could have made a mistake, but he didn't.
Well, I kind of like the way I'm playing, so therefore, if I can do it, let me go ahead and do it. I've been doing it so far. I'll keep it going.
Well, Ralph's hit this shot perfect.
Well,
I mean, like, who didn't know that? I mean, how do you like them apples?
Yeah, right. you know, when you play well, I find this happening a lot. When you play well, the balls like you.
Right.
So they stay loyal to you. It was when you start missing a few, you start getting the bad rolls.
Look what he did here. Now he's right behind the pink ball. But the thing is, we were talking about this earlier. He kicked the ball with the speed in mind to get this result. And Billy, obviously, you realize this. You're one of the greatest kickers in the game today. Alex has hit the shot.
Wow, look at this. Look at this.
These players are firing rockets at each other right now. Neither one of them willing to give an inch.
I'll tell you, the people here at Chesapeake are really getting treated to something special right here.
Right.
Whatever you can do, I can do better.
And this is a tough hit because he can't go to the side rail where the orange ball is. I don't believe he can go to that rail and hit the 1. He has to kind of manufacture a different angle and try and hit the 1, the yellow ball, Billy. Where's he going with
he's
this?
looking over here, but I don't think that's available.
Right.
You know, now this is available high in this rail with left-hand English, maybe spinning, but he only got a half of a ball to hit.
Or going up table.
Now he can go 1, 2, 3 cushions and hit it maybe this way, but that's kind of bizarre. I don't know. You're saying up table or reverse and coming back this way?
He could go also this way here. Kind of come like this. I think that's probably.
That's a heck of a massé shot, that one there.
Yeah.
I think that's the way he's going.
Yeah, that's the way he's going. That seems to be the only legitimate chance.
I mean, I don't see any other. And this shot, And he hit it.
No,
he almost
didn't.
hit it.
Such a very difficult position he was left in.
I didn't see any other way to really hit that shot, did
The
you?
only shot he had, and that might not even have been available without spinning the white. Now, cue ball in hand for Alex, and this is the chance he waited for, but he worked hard to get it.
Who's at the table?
Alex is
I haven't
finally at
seen
the
this
table,
guy in
right?
a
I hope
while.
he remembers the rules.
Well, let's go back to this now. This is the balls are open. He has cue ball in hand, right? And let's hope that Alex takes advantage of this because it's a message here. You know, the score right now, I believe, is, what is the score?
5-1.
5-1.
And really, Alex can't afford to fall any further behind. Not the way Ralf Souquet is playing.
No, not at all. And so I think the balls are open, Billy, right or wrong. I mean, realistically, he should have a decent opportunity with cue ball in hand, too.
You know, the key ball on the rack is the 3-ball right here. If he can attain a shot on the 3-ball, the remainder of the balls are laying rather routinely on the table. Perhaps this particular position right here with the cue ball off of the 1.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to the side rail.
That 3 will be the key ball for victory, Billy. I agree with you.
And he looks like he's laying pretty good.
He's on the thin side, but that's not bad because after pocketing the 2, and then he should go toward the 8.
Right, somewhere in that area. And I think that's the right way to shoot it. That looks perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, he's executing very well himself.
He's a little further than he would have liked, I believe. Just a little. He's got a little bit more angle on the 3.
But he has options, Mike.
Right.
This was very, very workable.
Right.
You can't afford to miss from this position, not in the final of the U.S. Open, not if you're going to be hoisting the hardware when it all clears.
And not playing the Kaiser. That's for sure.
I think Alex also understands the importance of the situation right now.
He was looking at following the 3-ball, but he backed up because he thought perhaps the 9 may be in the past. So therefore, he was reevaluating the situation. It's very good for him to do that. He's a young player. He has a lot of savvy about himself.
And he's got a rock-solid game to boot.
Notice how closely the cue ball came to the 9.
Oh, he's good on that ball.
He's in perfect position on the 4. The balls are laying really nicely over the table, and he has to stay focused, Mike.
Right. I mean, I think it's a key game. I mean, right now we're watching. He's kind of really made the trouble shots right now, and the balls, there is really no such thing as routinely. I found that out in pool, but he does have a big advantage to run out, but I think he has to run out this particular game to keep it close is what I believe. You know, if he shows some weakness or something in this position, I think Ralf is going to have a little easier time of it.
The 6 to the 7 will be the key for the remainder of the rack here. That seems to be the only problem area, if you will, that he has left on the table.
And such a experienced head on young shoulders, too. It's
Right.
so impressive, you know, his demeanor around the table. He sat in his chair and watched Souquet play virtually flawless and comes out and opens the door with an opportunity, a couple terrific safety shots and kick shots, and this is what confronts Pagulayan now, and he's got to put pay to this effort.
And that's an excellent point you brought forth there, Jimmy. Watch Souquet play absolutely flawlessly. Hard act to follow.
Let me see where he got on this ball now. Can you see? He's got a little bit of an angle, right? Oh, yeah, he's perfect. He can draw. He's just got to be concerned about the 8-ball.
Exactly. The 8-ball's a big ball.
And
the 8-ball's a big ball.
Watch it, watch
the
it,
8-ball's
watch
a
it.
big ball, and I think it's got him.
Oh, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe, you know, that's, you know what the thing is? I've been playing this sport for many, many years, and, you know, people at home saying, what's the odds on that? But you know what? As soon as he landed on the 6 where he was, I would have made sure that the worst I did was draw past the 8 to the rail and out. Then you got that 2-foot advantage. As
the only thing that could have killed you is landing straight on the 7, but
right.
you had to take that chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think he still could make this rail first, but he made a, you know, and he was perfect on the 6.
Well, I think the fear of scratching in the corner pocket actually persuaded him not to draw past the 8.
He made it.
Excellent shot.
Well, so all that was mute.
Yeah. Killer shot there, huh?
That was a great shot there.
That's a psychological body blow. Souquet probably thought he was going to be getting out of his chair. That could be good on two counts, really.
That's why they call him the Lion, Jim.
Yeah, that shot was.
He bites you before he eats you.
Yeah. Now I think he's really just taking his time to make sure he runs out. I think that's how his composure is right now. You know, I don't think he's nervous. I think he just wants to make sure he runs out.
And run out he did. Alex Pagulayan secures that one. Terrific finish. 5-2 still he trails to Ralf Souquet.
I tell you, we're being treated to some great pool here,
Yeah.
Jim. Mike, you know as well as anyone, this isn't easy to do. These guys are really playing way up there. Top shelf 9-ball.
Yeah, there's really no, I mean, I've seen a couple matches where we saw some play that really wasn't quite up to par what we thought. And I enjoy this. See, when I see good pool, I think either player, and look at this shot he does here. He plays rail first, makes the ball, and gets perfect on the 8. You know, in the South, they call that a rail good shot. Did you know?
Rail good shot. Well, keep in mind, that 7-ball was positioned a good 3 inches off that cushion. Wasn't in the big ball position. Very difficult shot.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. He took advantage of it, made it, and I'm glad to see he won the game.
Alex Pagulayan ready now. 5-2 he trails, and very important to try and make headway into that deficit. Got a ball off the break, and he looks like he's got a chance here at the 1.
Well, very quickly, the 1, the 2, and the 3 are no problem at all. The 4 may not be a problem, either the 5 or the 6, but here's where the problem is, the 8 and the 9 later in the rack. But fortunately, the 6 is a good lead ball to the 8.
I'm looking still at the 1 here. You're way ahead of me. I'm looking at the 1 because he has the angle going the other way.
Yeah,
or is he just going to follow that? Because
Yeah.
the 2 looks like I don't know if it's hanging or he has to cut it in.
He'll apply a little inside
I see,
English,
okay,
hitting
yeah.
it softly.
Boy, I can't see like I used to.
Well, that's why you retired.
You're right.
You know, not to mention that you're a coward. You don't like to play.
Oh, watch it now. I heard that.
Excuse me.
Listen, guys,
I can only say that because we're
I
friends.
know.
Them's fighting words were Mike's
Fighting words there.
Good thing you moved, eh, Mike?
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd give the other guys a chance. You know, I won a lot of events. They may get me back up there.
Yeah,
you
you've
know.
always been generous. Even when you were playing, you would like to. When you played someone, it didn't matter who it was. You would like to beat them 11-0.
Yeah, exactly right.
Nothing. He didn't give anything away. Actually, that's what made you the player that you were, Mike. You just wanted to win every game, regardless of who your opponent was. You know,
Yeah.
and that's actually the attitude you have to have.
Right. I mean, if you're playing a guy, you know, a lot of times you'd play someone and you know, the guy is really not up to par. Maybe it's his first tournament. You got the guy buried. You know, he's like praying. I can see it in his face to let him win a game, you know, just to say I won a game. And I would say, no way.
No way.
Took
pal.
no prisoners.
Sorry.
No. I remember he played some young guy in Joliet, Illinois, in Jim Willard's tournament. Mike had him 10-0. 10-0, okay? And you would think, you know, the guy, it was a local, the fans were rooting for him. Mike wouldn't let him win a game. He wouldn't even, I mean, Mike bared down to beat him 11-0. I mean, that's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. When I saw you do that, Mike, I really lost a lot of, you really disappointed me. Anyway, he's in perfect line on the 6th, Jim.
Yeah, he's doing the business right now, Alex. I think that he really understood the importance of the situation, how important it was to get out in the last rack, and with a good break here, he knew how important it is to get out here. And I wonder if that 8-9 isn't offered up a combination into the same corner he's playing this 6.
Well, he's got a couple different things. He can go for the 8 in the corner, 8 in the side, or the combo, and I guess I'm assuming that's what he's shooting at.
You've played this game before, haven't you, Jim? Really, seriously, I know you have. You played 9-ball.
You know as well as me, you don't miss any shots from the commentary box.
All right, you run out very well from over here.
Well,
you know,
the
I'll tell you what.
For 5-3.
It's better be on, though.
Yeah, I know, because if this is a funny shot, I mean, I can't believe he would. See, they actually cut that back.
The combination there, and Alex Pagulayan pulls another one back. 5-3, still he trails the Kaiser, Ralf Souquet.
Yeah, Alex realizes that the Kaiser doesn't beat himself. If he's going to win this match, he's going to have to do it himself.
Yeah.
And you won't see that expression on the Kaiser change at all, win or lose. But that combination looked like it had to be made. That 8-9 weren't dead in line.
Yeah, I mean, that was not an easy shot. I mean, I'm surprised that he did that, overplay the 8 in the side pocket or go for the position, correct? Because that could have been missed.
And where he repositioned the cue ball, you would have thought that he would have been able to get it in a better position for that combination, considering he had to cut the 8.
Yeah, I mean, that was, you know, a lot of times when the balls are kind of stuck together very close, you just hit it, goes in.
Yeah.
That was not the case in that particular shot.
No, it wasn't.
He's still looking at his tip. You know, I got to go back to the other match where he miscued.
That's right, against Strickland.
And it's still on his mind.
He's still talking about it, and he may even be asking whether or not he might get a time allowance if he does run into tip problems. But, well, we'll wait and see. But it's Alex Pagulayan ready to break off now. 5-3 the score line. He trails.
Well, he tried to play the one on the side. He didn't pocket the one on the side, and he didn't pocket any other balls as well. Therefore, now the Kaiser has an opportunity back at the table. The stats now, the Kaiser 976. That's really burned it up, boy. Pagulayan 938. That's playing extremely well.
Well, 1,000 obviously is flawless.
That's
Is that
that's batting average perfect.
right. So anything, I believe the average today, good match 9. What, Billy? You're more in tune
A
with
good
that.
match.
What would be a good
Is
match?
850, 860, 870.
Really? That's
A great match is 900, 910, 920. You know, anything over 920 is really, really playing exceptionally well. But very quickly, look at the foot spot where the 4 and the 9 are positioned. You can see all balls are in the open with the exception of the 4 and 9. The 3 is next to the right-hand side pocket, so therefore, how do you deal with this type of a situation?
The key shot here is really going to be positioned from the 2 to the 3. If he leaves himself the angle to drop on that 4 that looks to be available to the left side pocket as we look,
he made a nice shot there.
then it should be easy.
He may try and break it out with the 3, possibly a slight angle and draw into the 4-9, or he may elect to bank the 4. It may actually go in the side pocket. It's difficult to see from here, right, Billy?
You know, I think that if he attains his angle on the 4, I think it may have enough room to be pocketed in the side.
Yeah, so well, let's see what he does.
I think this shot will tell a story. And he's left himself a little angle
Whoa.
on the 3.
He's actually got a nice angle.
He can drop right onto it if it
Yeah.
goes there, Billy, and that's what I thought he might do, but
Or
it's
he
a
may
big
go for a
if.
bank shot. He may go for a bank shot.
No,
It's really from here, it's tough to see if it goes
he's
or
looking
not.
at it now. If it doesn't go into the side pocket, I look for him to try to break loose the 4 from the 9. But if it goes into the side pocket, which I do think it goes into the side pocket, he'll follow it behind the 4.
Okay, so he looks like he's got the perfect angle. And he's a little shy of where he wanted to go, as obviously as you can see.
Now the hit becomes questionable, so therefore, really, Pagulayan should ask Scott Smith to take a real close look, but he is at the table now because this hit could be questionable.
Yeah.
That's how, that's the angle that he's ended up with. He could pocket the 4 with a bad hit as well.
Yeah, and if he makes the 4, I think the rest of the balls, 5 and 6, are kind of right near the pocket. So he's looking pretty good if this happens to go in.
So
he's looking at this very, very close.
Yeah, let's get a real good shot of those 2 balls before he hits them. Get a real close look at them.
Key shot, this one.
No, it was no question, right? The way he shot that. So he is, and again, he looks very solid at the table. I mean, even the 1, I mean, we're looking at the 3 and 4, we're looking ahead, but, he had to kind of cut the 1 in very easily. He made a nice shot on the 2, had a little bit more angle than he would like. Now, this is actually questionable because the pockets, the way these pockets are cut, a lot of times when 2 balls are like this, there's really not a lot of pocket for the ball to go in. Some of the pockets, the way they flare, so this could be a little tricky.
But you have to like what he's doing. He's taking a lot of time.
See where that ball went in?
On what appeared to be a relatively simple shot.
Right.
But nevertheless, he took a lot of time making sure that he pocketed that shot because it doesn't matter what ball you miss. If it's tough or it's simple, you lose your inning and you may lose the game or even the match because of it.
Now, the way he's been playing, I mean, I could see what's going through his mind. He wants to get out near the center of the table, play the 7 in the pocket, go 2 rails, and he is almost perfect.
Yeah,
he wanted to go a little further, but again, here's the thing. If he makes the 7 and just draws the cue ball 2 rails, he won't scratch and has perfect shape on the 8 if the ball just gets pocketed. It's a little more angle than he would like, but I still feel he'll handle this because the shot lays well.
Yeah, he would have liked to gotten a little bit closer to the 7.
Right.
And a little further up table into the left where he could have drawn the ball deeply out of the upper left-hand corner, coming down the short angle off the side.
Now, he could elect just to cut the ball in natural and maybe kind of go near the side pocket, but I think he's going to draw the ball 2 rails. That's just my opinion.
Get to swing it in with the left-hand spin of the white, and that always helps. He'll play this off the 3 cushions, come down for the 8.
And he's hit it perfect. He's hit it perfect. And there's really no chance of scratching. The players shoot shots like that so often, they know they're going to hit the long rail, the side rail first. So he can hit the shot firm, and I think he's looking pretty good in this particular case.
I'd venture to say that on a shot like that, the player knows within 2 to 3 inches where the cue ball is going to hit off the 3rd cushion.
Right. Yeah, that's a shot we shoot all the time. And he's perfect on the 9. I mean, he's running out textbook. Nothing is has changed since he was sitting down.
He's controlling the cue ball to perfection. The 9 down, and that's the reason Ralf Souquet now enjoys a 6-3 lead over Alex Pagulayan. He's looking like a pool-playing robot out there. It's a race to 13, and Souquet back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pagulayan really can't do anything about it in his chair. You know, he's played pretty good himself.
Yeah.
And it's a shame to see him being eliminated from this, very, very important tournament, the U.S. Open Championships, as well as he's been playing.
I think this event is the most difficult event to win in the world. It's the U.S. Open. They bar nobody. You pay your money, you come here, and you take your chances. A lot of other top tournaments, well, you have to qualify for them. So the best players don't necessarily get through.
Right.
Here, it's wide open.
Open invitation. If you think you can play, come on down. That's it.
That's exactly what it is, Bill. Well, Ralf Souquet now. Rack number 10. It's a race to 13, remember. He's 6-3 in front. And if he's nervous at all, he's shown no signs whatsoever of it. The break, all important.
Well,
excellent speed of the break. The one on the side, he's been pocketing the one on the side with really regularity here, Mike.
And the corner ball.
Uncanny.
Yeah, he's, and again, he has a shot. Now, this is, in my opinion, a tester, because
yes, it is.
It's one of these shots that, well, forget about even the position right now. Let's just look at the shot. It's one of those shots that a lot of times does not cut as accurate as players would like. And,
Mike, this is such a marginal shot in terms of position. Look, he's going to pocket the 2, go to the cushion, and come out here. And there's only a small area where he can get position for the 3, to pocket the 3 on this line here.
Right.
And it's not easy to get the ball there. I don't see any other options.
Unless he hits it with inside English, which is extremely difficult. But if you had to, in my opinion, hitting with the reverse English, in this case, right English, catching the rail, maybe hitting the 9, or actually even go, no?
I don't think he can do that. The angle's too severe.
Well,
he's going to have to pace this ball very softly and hope he can gain an angle between the 4 and the 9. Extremely difficult shot, Mike. Look what he's doing here.
Oh, he hit it perfect.
I mean, take a look at this shot. Did he get there?
No, he did not.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Little margin for error on that shot. He hit it too softly.
The shot was extremely tough, the way he shot that shot. Hitting it easy, anything can happen. The ball can skid, slide. It doesn't cut exactly the way you think. And he's really,
he had a couple inches to place that cue ball. That was how small the margin for error was.
Yeah, I think
that was asking a lot.
Awful lot. But considering how well he's been executing, I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have attained the angle that he needed to get.
I like warping it in with the inside English.
Well,
because here's what happens.
Swerving it around the 9?
Well, I don't know. Hit it with inside English. Maybe you come 2 rails, like miss the 9 going to the left, but hit it on the way back. Something like this. I didn't like. That was, I mean, as well as anybody can play, that you're talking an inch. I mean, anything could have happened.
Well, Mike, I don't think you saw the angle as it was really lying there. I mean, if you hit it with a hard speed, you're going to get a lot of deflection. The cue ball's going to go up table.
Right.
And I don't think you could have gotten it to go back down this way.
Can he jump this? Can he jump this? I mean, or no? He's kicking at it.
He's going to hit it with some speed.
He's kicked it absolutely perfect.
He certainly did.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, this is starting to get distant, matter of fact. I mean, you watch this, every shot he shoots is perfect.
And
every shot he shoots is perfect.
The speed that he used on that particular, he was trying to do exactly, as you know, what he did. He tried to hit the 3 full. The cue ball stays there. The 3 with speed in mind went 2 rails up table. He's behind 2 balls, and Alex is in big trouble.
Some of the things he's been doing should be illegal.
Yeah, just a terrific shot from Ralf Souquet. Judged the hit perfectly, and more importantly, Mike, and you noted this earlier, the speed that he played the shot.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people ask me about kicking. In other words, hitting the ball, they're trying to hit the ball on a certain spot. He tried to hit it full so the cue ball would stay there, and with the speed in mind where the 3 went 2 rails up table, and you see the result. I mean, and that's just textbook. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it.
I kind of like kicking this way, Mike. I kind of like kicking that way. He's going behind it. Both balls will then go toward the same end of the table, but we're kicking in that fashion. So therefore, he really didn't have much of a future.
I didn't like that kick, and I got a feeling now that he's going to be in a bigger spot because I think Ralph immediately is looking to put the cue ball behind the 5, the orange ball. Don't you think that?
Yeah, he can probably soft draw it behind the 5 with his ability to control the cue ball with a nice soft stroke.
Right.
I think inevitably he'll then reposition it behind the 5 in some fashion.
I mean, yeah, there's no shot on the 3, the red ball. I mean, Alex hit it, and again, I think you're right too. I think he should have kicked that a little different way, because a lot of times when you kick, there's many different ways to kick at a ball. And what happens is Alex actually got lucky that he didn't leave him a shot. But then again, here comes the safety.
Right.
So it's kind of not good in either way. And you see he's going to try and put the cue ball behind the 5, and he's executed it again.
Yeah.
What do we have to say here? I mean, you know, it's kind of become automatic.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the way that he's playing, though. We're starting to expect the great shots
Right.
from him.
And you people out there that are watching this, it's not easy. It really isn't. It's not easy at all.
Now, what is going to happen here, Billy? Now, obviously, he's going to go. Now, this is how he should have kicked at the other shot. You kind of like going to 2 rails, because now you can.
I don't think. Go ahead, Mike. I don't think he can go long here.
I think if he goes here like this, catches the 3, the red ball, I think there's a good possibility that he could get a good result. If he hits the rail first,
okay,
the cue ball will slide down the rail, and the 3 should probably maybe stay in that area. He might get lucky here. Let's watch.
Oh,
and
good
exactly
shot.
what happened.
He may have made it.
Wait a
No?
minute. But see where the cue ball wound up? Now, he left Ralf a hit. He can't make it, but the cue ball is in the spot where I thought it would come. And
that's what I thought he should have done the last time.
Exactly right. And that again, this shot looks familiar to me. I don't know. I don't know what I'm seeing.
Again.
Well, a lot of times what happens is he didn't. I mean, the key is not leaving Ralf a shot. Even if he can hit it, at least Ralf does not have a shot. Now Ralf again. Now there's a couple options. Now Ralf can bank the 3 ball. He can bank the 3. The 4 is open, and the 3, if he, I mean, it's possible. He could bank it in the corner. He's probably going to play a safe.
I like a safe much better than a bank. If you bank it with the speed that you need to bank it with, you're going to be out of line on the 4 when you consider the position of the 5. He's too intelligent of a player to do that. He's going to put the cue ball behind the 5 again, take his chances from there.
I think he's hit it perfect again. No, not. Yes, he is perfect. Yeah, throws El Frizo. You know, let's look at this. If the cue ball hits the 5 just even a 1/4 of an inch, he can actually hit the 3, the red ball, but he's stuck behind it. I mean,
Alex has got to feel like he's stuck in the mud with gumboots on.
Yeah, well, these are the kind of, I like this because I watch this stuff.
Well,
I'm trying
more and more, Alex realizes that this guy's not going to beat himself.
Ever
Ever
tried ice skating uphill, Bill?
Yeah.
That's exactly the way he's feeling right now. And if he's going to go on to win the Open, he's going to have to win it himself.
Now, this kick, he missed it. I wasn't crazy about, what do you think, Billy? You think I would have gone, even over the ball, I think I would have gone across
the side
table.
cushion?
Yeah, because I think you might have got away with something because both balls are going to kind of split.
Most likely, you're going to have to hit one side or the other on the ball. And it didn't matter which side of the ball you hit, they were going to go in opposite directions.
Right.
But let's give Ralf Souquet credit. He just didn't wilt at all. He kept putting the handcuffs on Alex Pagulayan, waiting for the mistake until finally it came.
Persistency shows up, Jim. You know that if you're persistent, it'll pay off. And that's exactly what Souquet was in that instance there. He was persistent. He wanted to get the Pagulayan behind the ball and gain a shot at the table like the one he has now. And that's what he's done.
Alex is going to, I mean, regardless of what happens, he is going to have to earn this match, and Ralf is not going to give it to him, which is the, sign of a great player. I mean, I remember myself many times. I mean, usually in this kind of element, if I lost, it was surprising to me because I did many things right, made a lot of balls. I didn't really make any stupid or careless mistakes. And, eventually what happens, your opponent just gets worn down.
He's playing rock solid. He had an option the last time he was at the table to possibly go for the bank on the 3 cross corner, but he says, nah, I'm a solid player.
Right.
If he's going to beat me, he's going to beat me for where I want him to beat me from, and that's where he put him, behind the ball, behind the ball, behind the ball. It's tough to play from behind the ball.
So now what are we looking at? Draw the cue ball 2 cushions, kind of out in the center of the table. Is that what he's looking at, or is he going to follow this?
I think he can go 1 cushion like this here.
Follow it
just
kind of up
here.
like that?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
I think he's going to draw the ball. Let's see what he does. He's going to go 1 rail just as I predicted. I was pretty sure he was going to do that. That's a style, to be honest with you. I never really liked doing that. To me, I would have gone to the right side rail. You know, I would have rather used the angles.
The angle that he has here is a little tricky because he's flat.
Right.
He can't really follow it, and it's hard to feel the draw on the shot too. He could force it 2 cushions of the upper left-hand corner, or he can go 1 cushion with inside English.
Yeah, he's going inside English, which again is
an
extremely tough
funny angle
shot.
he had there.
Yeah, now that
funny angle.
That's the first ball that he really
There's
didn't look at well.
confirmation. At least he's got a pulse.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one shot. You know what he did? He punched it. I saw it in his stroke, and when you punch a shot with inside English, you miss it, and that's exactly what he did. He didn't even get up and down on that shot.
But he had that unfamiliar angle, that ugly angle, you know, and he really didn't deal with it well.
Right. He was a little unlucky. He got the angle, but then again.
Oh, wow. Come on, Alex. Let's
go. You know, let's watch it here. He almost fouled.
Well, I'm not too sure he didn't miss cue.
It's not game ball.
Even he's laughing. Even he's got a little tester here.
Let's see if he can pull himself back together off of that shot.
Yeah, this will be a big shot. If he makes it, he'll be good. But if he misses this, and he made
nicely
it. He made
struck ball.
He's a little. We still got a little work going.
Got a lot of work to do, Mike.
I like his end of it.
You'd rather be shooting it than sitting in your chair, that's for sure. But this is missable.
If my name was the Lion.
He made it. Wow.
Not today, Alex Pagulayan. And the crowd's starting to get behind him, too. 6-4 the scoreline here in the conference center. Ralf Souquet still in control, but Pagulayan will be breaking off in rack number 11.